I just saw this. Riot Games, a black box with this on my timeline. This is posted by Tom Cannon. It says, "Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment to share an important update on 2XKO. This is a difficult update to share. We want to be clear about what's changing and why. We are reducing the size of the 2XKO team." Now, a couple of things before we delve into this. One thing is that this is not a 2XKO post. This is coming from the big man upstairs. And they say, "The game has resonated with a passionate core audience, but overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team of this size long term." It has been less than a month since the game officially came out in 1.0. Yeah, I guess 160 employees down to 80, so half of the team is gone. I have to know what their expectations for player numbers were, how they thought it would grow with console or not, like how they thought these people would spend and how much they would stay on the game. My guess is they are just not keeping the number of people that was either expected or promised, but I don't know. Like, we don't know what their numbers are like. We've seen things like, oh, it's the third most downloaded game on the PlayStation Store in the last month. Nobody knows the actual numbers, and nobody knows what Riot's expectations actually are. With a smaller focused team, we're going to dig in and make key improvements to the game, including some of the things we've already heard you asking for. We'll share some of our plans soon. I gotta know what the plan is long term. They made some posts recently that were like, "Hey, we know you guys don't like some things. We're gonna make some changes," and they were a little vague, and I think they're a little concerning for people like me who like the game. I'm wondering if, like, for a while the numbers have not been great, so then they've been like, we have to do something to change the game to get more people. But like, as a fan of the game, as someone who really likes this game, who spent money on skins and stuff in this game, who thinks this game is awesome, it's scary to want to invest more into the game, basically, right? Like your time and your money and your energy, because you're like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, the team cut down in half in like a year or two. Is this game gonna be gone? And they say, "Our plans to the 2026 competitive series are unchanged. We remain committed to partnering with tournament organizers and local communities." So all the stuff they're doing for the year has not changed. "Our focus will continue to be on supporting the events and organizers that power the FGC. It's less expensive to upkeep if you have half the staff, I suppose. The people who helped ship 2XKO poured years of yeah, I mean, it's 10 years, right? Like, a lot of people are on this game for not quite the whole time, but some people have been on there since then. Taking creative risks like this is hard, and the work they did is real and meaningful. We're committed to supporting impacted rioters through the transition. If people got laid off, I'll try to retweet them. Brother, can you spare a Chipotle coat? Don't worry, Chipotle dropped me too." They were like, "Hey, we'll see you next year at Evo," and I was like, "No, you won't." And they were like, "Oh." So they haven't hit me back up since then. We'll see. Maybe we could work it out. Tell them, Pat, I'm with you. I'll let you know if I got any spare Chipotle codes. I guess we'll read this last bit. "This update will raise questions and concerns." That's how I'm feeling. Understandable. We continue communicating about how things are progressing. "In this journey so far, we've been humbled and dazzled by the energy and passion you brought to the community. The energy matters, and it helped us fuel into the next chapter." I mean, it sucks, man. It's just, this is whack. 160 people down to 80 is a huge cut for a game that a lot of people don't even know is real yet. Like, it just literally came out in 1.0, and I feel like the marketing for it, a lot of people don't even know it exists. And I guess whatever their expectations of player numbers, or like how people are spending, or like how many people they're reaching, or whatever, like, they're just not hitting it. I'm not really sure what I'm in for. You know, it's like, well, I think the game's awesome. I want to support all the people who got laid off, but the video game industry right now is brutal in terms of finding jobs. And the other thing is, like, they all just found out. We went live today at 11:30, I think, right? Yeah, 11:30 this morning it got posted. And I think, like, most people found out, like, right when this was going live. It's like the most fun fighting game to me right now. It's the game I enjoy playing the most. I'm just like, well, what do I do? Like, what's the plan here? Like, are they going to continue making new content? And like, what's the pacing going to be like? Is it going to grow back into a larger team over time? Yeah, it's true that downsizing once a game is out is normal, but the language of overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team of this size long term. Makes me just think that, like, it's burning way more money than they expected. It's also crazy because, like, when you have 10 years of work building a foundation for a game and it finally releases and you have a chance to make money on it now, cutting half of your team is pretty spooky, no? Because, like, listen, the game has been out for 3 weeks. They basically immediately were like, yeah, this is just not hitting. It's not Arc Raiders. All right, that's it. Time to cut down. I don't know if the plan is like, all right, well, let's cut down now and we can, like, support this game for a long time after this. And, like, this is our way to do it, is like, we'll save money now and then, like, try to build something that's sustainable long term. But, like, when you do a cut like this and have an article like this and lay off half of the team, like, everybody who would be interested in it basically instantly is like, oh, way less people are going to be wanting to stick with it or try it, probably for that reason, which means even less players, which means even harder to get the game to stick, which means, you know, it feels so ghoulish to, like, launch the game and then in 3 weeks be like, all right, let's cut down everybody. Like, 3 weeks, 4 days ago, when it was post Frosty, most people were like, wow, that was actually a really fun top 8 to watch. And I think the game is like out in 1.0 now, and like that was like a sick tournament, and like this game is gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. And then boom. I don't know what the level of expectation for the game was or is, but like personally, I feel like the game is probably performing about what I would have expected. You think about a game like Street Fighter. Street Fighter is really big right now. It's got like a huge casual audience, right? Great game. Had an amazing launch, has tons of content. The first 2 years, it wasn't that crazy. Like Street Fighter was pretty normal for a while. And then like years in, some big VTuber streamers picked up the game and then it massively grew. But you had to have the game out for years for that to happen. Think about all the stuff that has to go right for that game to be where it is now. It has to have Street Fighter 5 flop, which means Street Fighter 6, they put everything into this project and like they really go 110% on everything. It's a huge IP. They have tons of content. Huge launch. They spend a ton of money on the marketing. It lands well. The game is fun. They spend a ton of money on this tour. The characters and like the visuals of the game are like really impressive. Creators everywhere are like really interested in it. And then it has legs to like keep going for like over a year. Its success was great. And it was out and it existed. But the reason it really exploded into popularity, particularly in Japan and other places, is because like it just randomly caught some creators' eyes who all started to play together. And then they did a bunch of big creator tournaments, and then they did events, and then it starts filling stadiums because they have like tons of casual fans from all these creators who are really interested. And they all start coming to the game, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. This level that it's at now is sort of unprecedented. It did all these things right to even get there, but it could have been unlucky and not gotten that. Yeah, I mean, I think part of the reason why Strive was so huge and like had such a big boom is that it just came out at the right time, with like not a lot of other competition that was offering the thing that it had, and it just was huge. Like it had good netcode, very impressive visual style, and an IP that was like interesting to people during COVID. If Strive came out today, it doesn't have the numbers that it has. Pretty wild. Making games seems like a brutal, terrible, awful job to me. You work in like a silo doing like one thing or whatever you do, and unless you're like an indie making the game your entire self, like you only have controls of certain parts of the game, and then it comes out and whether it does well or good or bad or whatever is so out of your control. In the last like year especially, it's become really popular to like just shit on games before they come out to farm engagement. Does anybody care about this shit, bruh? And it's just a screenshot of like the box of a game. This game got insane flame on social, and still does get insane flame on social media for the amount of people who like know what it is and care about it. And then the same thing happened over the summer with Tokon and Hunter x Hunter relative to like, I think their Venn diagram of people who are interested and gonna play it. It's so wild. Like every day I would wake up in the summer and there would just be tweets about this game, Tokon and Hunter x Hunter, and how they were all bad and deserve to die and suck. They're farming a billion impressions from like who? These people don't play fighting games. So like, where does this even come from? And not to say that all those games are good or perfect or anything. I'm not telling you these games are all sick. Like Hunter x Hunter has a million problems, right? When it came out, this game has problems. I also saw people like, I can't believe how many people are like sad or dooming about this announcement. You guys gotta support, like it's gonna be great. Like bro, come on. Today is a sad day. Like there's no way today everybody's like, all right gang, what's up, we got some new, here's our next champion. Like, you know, like it's hard to like be excited. I like the game, that's why I'm sad. The good thing about this game collapsing for people who are mad is they can use their opinion about what they think is wrong with it and be like, I knew this game wouldn't do well because insert X thing here that I didn't like about it. That's what's hype for them. There's like a race to be the first person to be like, I knew it. My biggest complaint about the game was insert thing here, and I knew this game was gonna die because insert thing here is such a problem. It's because it's a versus game, or it's because they didn't add my favorite character, or they don't have motion inputs. It's just like, dude, it's like a combination of like 5 million random factors. The actual reasons are like super complicated. Cause like, what if like, I don't know, 3 months ago, some giant creator was just like, this game looks fun. And then they started playing the game, and then that made a lot of people play the game. That could have happened with no changes to the game. Tag games are niche, sorry. I think tag games are not niche. There are big tag games like Marvel 3 and Dragon Ball. I don't think they're like some impossibly small subsection of fighting game. You say like using DBFZ is like saying a Pokemon tag game would be unsuccessful, like the IP matters. Bro, this IP is Riot video games. It is League of Legends. For a game to be successful, IP is usually a pretty important one. Now, you may be like, if you made a Pokemon fighting game, it would be massive. Like, it will be the biggest fighting game of all time because it's the biggest IP in the world, right? It's called Pokken Tournament. It literally exists. Do you think it was the most popular fighting game of all time? Guess what? It was 1v1. They made Pikachu Heihachi. Well, it was on the Wii U TBF. No. You don't get to backtrack now. You don't get to be like, well, stipulation. Like, listen, you were just like, the only reason a Dragon Ball fighting game did well is because it's Dragon Ball. And then you bring up fucking Pokemon as the exact counter example. Then it's like, come on, bro. I don't think that tag fighters are extremely niche, even within fighting games, or have to be. I'm telling you that a tag fighting game, I think, can do very well, even casually, like Dragon Ball. And I don't think it's like because of the IP. If it came out and it was 1v1 and it didn't do well, you wouldn't have been like, well, thank God they didn't make it a tag game. Because like, if it was a tag game, it wouldn't have done well. Like, you don't know that. I don't know that. Like, there's no way to know. I think if the game had more characters, that's would be much bigger than it being a versus game or not. The common casual doesn't want to control more than one character. It's just the truth. Tag slob will always fade out. Citation where? Who gives a fuck about all the people who got laid off? Let me tell you personally why I think my reason is correct. You have like homies who like say shit about stuff. They just like mash on words, complain about stuff all the time. And then like the one time they're right, they're like, I've been saying, bro, like no one listens to me, but I'm fucking spitting all the time. Like it's like that. No one was listening to your boy. Like I'm just saying, you only need to hit the lottery once. True. This just sucks because for me, looking at this, one, lots of people lost their job. Right? That's whack. Two, lots of people enjoy this game and want to play this game. They're like unsure of the future of the product that they're interested in. You know, this can set precedent of like, oh, they invested all this money into a fighting game and it exploded. I'm not so sure about a fighting game these days. Like that, you know, it's not good for anybody. I don't even really have anything else I'd want to play instead. That's the thing. Because I'm like pretty bored of Street Fighter. I don't like how my character feels to play in Guilty Gear right now. And there's not really another fighting game that I've been entertained by. Like, how am I supposed to enjoy the game now, given the situation? Like, I think I'd like to keep playing it because there's nothing else gameplay wise that I like, but also like, is it just gonna vanish? Do I just play it until other stuff comes out that maybe could be more fun in the meantime? It's like, it's hard to get excited to want to play. Yeah, I also just think Tokon was not very fun for me. The art style and IP and feel of it is incredible, but the gameplay is the most like bored I've been playing a game in some time, I feel. Then I was like, at least 2XKO is out and it's really fun and it feels great to play and I like the way it moves and looks, and yeah. I just can't stop losing, bro. The Apollo news, I only choose losers. Ooh, love LOR, love 2XKO, love Supervive. No! Oh man, if I like some shit you like, it's doomed. We'll have to see if Riot says anything or if there's any additional plans or like what they're gonna do. And then we'll see what our plan of attack is. I guess I will probably play 2XKO, but I don't know what else to play. I might play Deadlock.